Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. How are you? I hope you'd be fine. This is Cambridge Lower Secondary Book 7. And today we are going to do some questions related to exercise 2.4. We have already covered some of the questions earlier, and now we are heading towards the last few questions, starting from question number 9, which is all about expanding the brackets. And here we are provided with a word problem. Let's see what it says. So here you can see a diagram in which a rectangle is given. The length of this rectangle is given as 3y plus 4 and its width is given as 8 centimeters. So this diagram shows a rectangle. The width is 8 centimeters and the length of the rectangle is 3y plus 4 centimeters. This is the description of the rectangle given in the question. Now we have to write an expression in its simplest form for the area of the rectangle and the perimeter of the rectangle. So students, first you must know that how do we find the area of a rectangle? We use the formula length multiplied by breadth. For any two-dimensional shape, the area is basically the amount of space covered by that shape. So the rectangle covers this much space. How do we calculate that how much space is covered by the rectangle? By multiplying the length with the breadth. So the expression, since we have to write down the expression, we will not use the formula. We will simply write length multiplied by breadth for the area. Okay, and the length is given as 8 and the breadth is given as 3y plus 4. Okay, here you have to understand one thing. If there is a single term in any expression, it is called a monomial. Okay? And if there are two terms that is separated by a plus sign, so that is called a binomial. And we have already learned it before that when we multiply a monomial with a binomial, we have to keep the binomial inside the bracket. Otherwise, what is the difference? Let me show you. If you won't keep it inside the bracket, then what will happen? It will be like this: 8 multiplied by 3y plus 4. And now, since there are no brackets, so we will apply the BODMAS rule, which says that first you have to multiply, then you have to add. So in this case, we are supposed to multiply 8 with 3y, which gives us 24y, and then we will add 4 into it. So this will be the answer. That is, the simplified form of the area would be 24y plus 4. And if I'll keep this inside the bracket, since it's the total length of the rectangle and it's in the form of a binomial, so we are supposed to keep it inside the bracket. And now when we will multiply 8 with 3y, so we have to apply the distributive law, because when we multiply the monomial with a binomial, all the terms inside the binomial must be multiplied with the term outside, that is the monomial, 1 by 1. So here when we'll multiply 8 with 3y, it gives us 24y. That's correct. The same thing we are getting here. But we have to multiply 8 with 4 as well, and it's gonna be 32. So you can see that here we are having 32, whereas here we had 4. It means this is wrong. Okay, so always remember, whenever you'll find the area of a rectangle such that one of the dimensions are in the form of a binomial, then you are supposed to keep the binomial in the bracket and then you'll multiply it with the monomial. And for the perimeter, what are we supposed to do? So perimeter is the sum of all four sides. Okay, so if we have to find out the perimeter, what are we supposed to do? It is like this: 8 plus 8 plus 3y plus 4 plus 3y plus 4. What the formula we use for finding the perimeter of a rectangle is length plus breadth multiply by 2. And why are we multiplying it by 2? So here, when we will add length and breadth, it would be like this: 8 plus 3y plus 4. And since there is addition only, so we don't need to keep it inside the bracket. But after we will add the length with breadth, we have one more length and breadth. And since we have to add all four sides, so if we simply multiply the sum of length and breadth with 2, we will get the sum of all four sides. So this is the formula we use for finding the perimeter. For the area, it's length multiplied by breadth. For perimeter, is 2 into length plus breadth. Okay. So this time we will combine the like terms. That's 8 plus 4, which is 12. And then we are having 12 plus 3y inside the bracket. So we will apply the distributive law. 2 multiply by 12 and 2 multiply by 3y, which is supposed to be 24 plus 6y. And this is the perimeter for this rectangle. Okay. Now let's move to the next question. Now, in the next question, you can see we are having a triangle. And the description given for this triangle is the angle at A is 4K minus 7M. One of the angle is provided. This is one of the angles here. Okay, and the size of this angle is 4K minus 7M. Then they are saying the angle at B is 2 times the size of angle at A. 2 times A. 2 times A means 2 times 2k minus 7m. This is what it means by 2 times the size of angle at A. Now we have to write down an expression in its simplest form for the size of the angle at B. So what are we supposed to do? We simply have to solve it the way we have found the perimeter in the previous question. So its 2 2s are 4, k minus 2 7s are 14, m, and that's the answer since we cannot simplify it any further. So that's the answer for angle B. So angle B is equals to 4k minus 14m is if A equals to 2k minus 7m and B is its 2 times, right? Next, we have question number 11, which says this is how Rachel expands and simplifies the expression 5 bracket 2x plus 4 minus 12. So according to BODMAS rule, students, we have already learned that if we have like 2 into 3 plus 4 minus 7, so we cannot do anything with minus 7 until and unless we have solved this whole bracket along multiplication with 2. Okay, so same thing is going to happen over here. Let's see how Rachel has done. So what Rachel did, she has 5 bracket 2x plus 4. What she did, initially she multiplied 5 with 2, it becomes 10x. Then she multiplied 5 with 4, it becomes 20, and then minus 12. And then she combined the like terms, that is 20 minus 12, and she got 8. So now they're saying expand and simplify. It's the same way Rachel has done. If we talk about part A, we have 4 bracket x plus 7 minus 1. Minus 1 is outside, so let's solve 4 bracket x plus 7. It's going to be 4x plus 4 7s are 28 minus 1. Okay, now we will combine 28 minus 1 and the answer will be 4x plus 27. Similarly, 7 bracket x plus 3 plus 5x. So we will apply the distributive law. It would be 7x plus 21 plus 5x. But this time, the term outside is 5x. So we will combine 7x with 5x because these are two like terms. So 7 plus 5 is 12x plus 21. And we cannot simplify it any further. But next, in the next part, we have 12 plus 3. So most of the time students make a mistake that they do not look at the bracket attached to 3 and by mistake they add 12 with 3, which is altogether wrong. If there is a bracket with a term, you have to solve it first and keep 12 as it is. Applying the distributive law, it is 6x minus 9 first. Okay, just keep this in mind that you have to apply the distributive law. And then we have 12 plus 6x minus 9. So we'll combine 12 with minus 9. So 12 minus 9 equals 3 plus 6x. Or you can write it as 6x plus 3. That would be the answer. So students, we have completed exercise 2.4. All the questions are done. Now shall start with 2.4 very soon. Until then, take care. Do subscribe to my channel if you are new and don't forget to share it with your friends. Allah Hafiz.